Hi everyone, Zoe here, and I'm here with a little video tutorial video to show you this really up and coming tool called Trendos. It's an AI search visibility tool and it's free. So this is really worth 5 to 10 minutes to see what the tool can do and how you can use it. This is a sponsored video, but please don't let that put you off watching. I've been using this tool for about a month now, and I wouldn't share it if I didn't think that it had something to offer us. Like I said, it's free, so it is really worth a little time investment to play with it and see how you like it. Trendos is an AI visibility tool. It can look at how your brand is performing in a range of different LMs like ChatGPT, Perplexity, DeepSeek and others. You can track your changes over time. You can add prompts, custom prompts, and even prompt groups, which I'm going to come back to a little bit in this video because I really like that feature. You can also look at competitors on there, try and spot some gaps, and perhaps one of the more exciting features for search or the future of search is the ability to track advertising within ChatGPT. I believe that's going to be something that we see more of over time, and I think advertisers should be certainly starting to pay attention to this kind of thing. Anyway, without further ado, let me get into the tool itself and show you how I've been using it. So this is the Trendos dashboard. This is essentially what you get met with once you've set up your website. Now, as you can see, I'm using Salesforce here because it's a really big brand and I'm not working with them, so I'm not giving away kind of any strategy. If I click here, you'll see all of my client accounts. You can track up to 10 websites on the free account, which is very reasonable. Actually, that's a lot more than what most free tools would give you. If you're lucky, you get one project on many free tools. So that's really good. I work with, comparative to Salesforce, small brands. So when you put in a big brand like Salesforce, like an industry leader, the data is probably already going to be there because Trendos tracks 2.3 million brands. There's every chance that your brand is one of those 2.3 million, but in my case, my brands were not already being tracked. That's no problem. And in all honesty, I wouldn't have expected them to be either. But all you do is you click here, you click on manage brands, and then you add your brand name, add the domain, and then you'll be prompted to add prompts, which sometimes Trendos actually finds them for you because it analyzes the website to see what it's about. Like for my blog, for example, when I put my blog in there, it suggested things like bicycle touring, adventure, something, which I was just threw those in so I could play with the tool. Once you're in, you have got data. I think this gives you some historic data. So I set this up some point in May, certainly not at the very beginning. But if I go in and look at the data, I can see that the data is there from the 1st of May. And I certainly didn't set it up that early on. There we go. So you can see that there was some historic data that had pulled through. This is an important thing though on historic data, you're going to want it. And I think with Trendos, even if you're a little bit overwhelmed right now, you might as well go and set this up because it's free. If you have to request for the website to be tracked, then you can do that now. And then even if it took you 6 months to come back to Trendos, you would have 6 months of data. So get it started now. You really might as well. I want to talk to you about a couple of particularly good reports, in my opinion. I've currently got 2 favourites. There's a lot in here, as you'll see. And some of these things are a little bit more fluent in the SEO world, if you like. So you can track mentions, you can track your position, you can filter by AI model, country. You can track sentiment, which I think is really important. So you can see how people are talking about your brand. It gives you a sentiment score. So 1 is really positive, -1 is negative, 0 is neutral. So you can see all these brands have a really good sentiment score. Overall, they're being spoken about positively. Zoho seems to have the biggest dips there. Into neutral still though, still not too bad, is it? I think this is really important. People talk about AI having problems. Sometimes it conflates brands and it pulls in negative sentiments that are actually associated with another brand it thinks are yours. But if you don't know this, you can't track every single prompt to see how your brand is represented in every single answer. But this will give you an overall sentiment score over time. So if you did see a dip into negative, you can explore it and potentially find out what it is. But if you're completely blind, you've got no chance. So yeah, this is really good. One of my favourite things is the prompt analysis. So what I love about this is that you can create groups and prompts. I really like the idea of like a prompt group because it shows like it can show you how you perform over like a category basically. So if you think about this, if you've been in SEO for a while, and remember like topic authority and the thought of like the idea of covering a topic completely to help rankings, I think that's still very much true today, still useful. But you can track how you're doing within that topic rather than just like the clusters. Or I think what's even perhaps more important with prompt tracking is you are never going to track every single prompt. There's too many. It's personalised. AI changes its answers based on who it's speaking to because it personalises its communications to the user. And I personally think prompt tracking, while useful and still worth doing, can be so in the weeds. Whereas a prompt group, the grouping allows you to see things a little more like holistically, a little more broad, which I like. So once you've added it in, you can see how you're performing, what your share of voice is by prompts, and prompt sentiment. So you can see here they've actually got some kind of negative sentiment there. But that, you know, if I look at this and I think about Salesforce is a really big machine, Salesforce really might not be too upset that they have a little bit of negative sentiment related to cheap. But you can make those kind of branded decisions when you've got the information. The visibility report shows like how you're doing compared to competitors. So the prompt groupings and the prompts themselves are the things that I'm quite interested to show you. When you, as I said earlier, when you create your account, the software will encourage you to add prompts and it might even find some for you. If at any point you want to add your own prompts, you come here to prompt management and then you create a prompt group. So I created this one earlier. I just typed in CRM, very broad, but you can manage these by a little bit like keyword tracking with like tags. You can manage whatever you want within the prompt group. So here we are in CRM and I just added best CRM for small business, kept it nice and easy. And all I did here was add prompt group to create CRM and then add prompts. It can also generate prompts as well, which is actually really quite useful. So it will go out and find recommendations of prompts for you. And there we go. It brings them all here. So I'm going to leave this one in, AI CRM, remove enterprise and remove computing solutions. Now, as you can see, it tells you what these prompts are going to use within your plan. And it shows you what's remaining as well. So obviously, the more prompts you add, the quicker you're going to eat into that plan and credits, if you like. We've created new groups. That's okay. So when you go back over to your prompt analysis, you can find the prompts that you've added in here. There we go. Artificial intelligence. And then the very specific prompts that you want to add. So at the minute, it's actually telling us that there's no mentions here. But this gives you where you are being mentioned and all that good stuff. So that's one part of this I'm really enjoying. The second part is this ad radar. Well, the second part we're going to talk about today, we could talk about a lot more with Trendos, but I'm trying to keep this fairly digestible. So ad radar. This looks at ads currently within ChatGPT. As you can see, Trendos is kind of geared up, ready for when ads becomes a bigger part of like LLM search. I personally think it will be here. I struggle to see how these big LLM softwares can keep kind of operating without more money, to be honest. And obviously ads will give them that revenue. So my prediction is we will have a whole new kind of subsection of advertising in LLM soon. So it really doesn't hurt to get used to this kind of reporting now. Like, why not set it up and just see what happens? So when you are using this, you can see what's going on with competitor ads. You can see what type of impression share they're getting. Let's change some of these. Let's change this to all. I'm trying to find something with a lot of mentions in. Okay, that's giving us a little bit more to work with. So it shows you what the advertiser is, and then you can click in and you can actually see their ads as well. You can see the impression of the ads, you can see the ad title and the description, so you can see what people are writing, what you can kind of assume what's working. So you might be able to do some kind of like competitor analysis, competitor gap analysis, and recreate something for yourself. And you can see the URL, so you know where the ad is actually pointing to, which gives you like a little bit of a clue into what your competitors are up to and how they are thinking about their advertising. The way this works is that Trendos like continuously monitor tracked prompts from sessions, and they capture the sponsored ad placement and then tell you exactly what's going on within this tool. This doesn't exist anywhere at the minute. Like when we're advertised on Google or on Meta, we have information, we have Google Ads and the Meta suite, so we can see what's going on and you can look at what competitors are doing. But yeah, we didn't do this very sophisticatedly at the minute with ChatGPT, but Trendos can. So yeah, it would be crazy not to have a look and see what's going on. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you. Look, just to reiterate, this video was sponsored, but this tool I think is really good, and the amount of information that you can get for free makes it to me a no-brainer to just go and set it up and see how you get on with it. Like I said earlier, I have got in there, drop down there, all of my client accounts, and I've got all of my client accounts set up on here. I'm monitoring them. For some of them, everyone has different types of retainers. Some of them I wanted to set up and get straight in and do a lot of work there. Others I wanted to set them up, so at least we're tracking the data, because you need to ask the tool to do it if the brands are a bit smaller like mine are. So yeah, that's about everything I want to tell you for now. Give it a go. Let me know what you think. Like, I want to know how you find it. How are you using it? Feel free to leave any comments. Yeah, I think it's an exciting new tool. I think it's going to move well with the future of search, especially with this ad radar. They're just unavoidable next steps that are coming to the future of search. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.